Hi guys, welcome back to CONSIDERINGDVC.COM. Today we are going to talk about the 13 Disney Vacation Club resorts. We'll go over them in detail, and so one of the important decisions you're going to make when buying into DVC is which of the 13 DVC resorts are going to be your home resort, or is going to be your home resort. So let's go over them, and then we'll go from there. The first one I want to talk about is the Old Key West Resort. The reason why this is the first one I talk about is because this is the first Disney Vacation Club resort. This used to be called Disney Vacation Club Resort, opened up in 1991. It has a Florida Keys theme. And here you can find studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. And then there's only bus transportation. It is closest to Disney Springs. And that's pretty much it. It's the first Disney Vacation Club resort. And its name was changed in 96. A few fun facts. These are going to be the biggest rooms within the Disney Vacation Club resorts. Because this was the first resort, they splurged a little bit on room size. Also, the studios here look more so like a traditional hotel room where they have 2 queen-size beds versus a queen-size bed and a pull-out sofa. So that's a fun fact. And again, this one is closest to Disney Springs. Here's a fun picture of the studio. And remember, I said that these studios have 2 queen-size beds versus a bed and a sofa. And just a disclaimer really quick, most of the photos that you'll see on this slideshow belong to Walt Disney World Company. I did not, some of these I took, most of these I did not, but I wanted you to have good quality photos, to take a look at what the accommodations look like. Alright, so next up is Saratoga Springs. Saratoga Springs opened up in 2004. The theme is in like an upstate New York lakeside Victorian era. Saratoga Springs is a city in New York State. Here you have studio, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, the Treehouse Villa, and the Grand Villa. Saratoga Springs has as a transportation option, they have buses and water taxis. And it's closest to Disney Springs. If you ever go on a Disney Vacation Club tour, this is the resort that you will go to because this is where their preview center is. And here's a picture of their studio. I find this studio to also be spacious. But it's most rooms are going to be set up pretty much the same. But I do appreciate Saratoga's theme, and I think it's beautiful, and the balconies are really nice and stuff like that. So let's keep moving on. Next, we have Beach Club Villas. So Beach Club Villas is a Newport Beach cottage feel. They have studios, 1 bedroom and 2 bedrooms. They provide bus transportation, nothing else, and they are closest to Epcot. Here's a picture of the Beach Club Villas. Boardwalk Villas, also closest to Epcot. This resort, however, opened in 96. The theme is 1900s Atlantic City, or like Cape Cod, New Jersey. Studio, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. This location has bus transportation as well as the water taxi. And again, it's closest to Epcot. Here's a photo of what the inside of that room would look like. Next up on our list is Wilderness Lodge. Wilderness Lodge is actually closest to Magic Kingdom. Wilderness, the resort opened in 94, but it started serving DVC in 2000. It's a Pacific Northwest theme. They have studios, 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. They have bus transportation and water taxi, and really, really great activities and places to eat. So great place to stay. Obviously, the ambient is great. So that's Wilderness Lodge, and here's what it looks like inside. Very wildernessy. Okay, so next on our list is Bay Lake Tower, and I'm sure you've gone through Contemporary if you've taken the monorail from the parking lot to Magic Kingdom. Bay Lake Tower is part of Contemporary. They share amenities with Contemporary, but it is only for Disney Vacation Club owners. Opened in 2009 with a modern theme. They have studio through three bedroom accommodations. They obviously have monorail, bus, and water taxi, and they are closest to Magic Kingdom. What's nice is that you get really good views of Magic Kingdom with some of these rooms here, and then obviously the Top of the World Lounge is at your disposal and closer if you're staying here. So that's Bay Lake, and that's what the inside of the room looks like. Very nice. See, this one is going to be, if you can tell, it's a little bit smaller than what we saw for the picture at Saratoga, and I'll go back to that really quick because I think it's important to note the size depending who you're going with. So this is going to be a little bit more spacious versus Bay Lake is going to be a little bit smaller. All right, so let's move on. We have the Grand Floridian. Grand Floridian opened to DVC in 2013, but they've been a resort since 1988. Victorian seaside theme. Closest to Magic Kingdom, which you can reach through monorail, bus, or water taxi. And they have studio through 3 bedrooms. So this is a really nice resort. A lot of people love staying here. And that's what a room is going to look like. Super beautiful. But yeah, so let's keep moving on. The villas at Polynesian Resort. So similar to Grand Floridian, Polynesian actually opened up in 1971 and started serving DVC in 2015. It's a South Seas theme. They only have the studios and bungalows. And they're serviced by monorail, bus, and water taxi. This is also closest to Magic Kingdom. You can view the fireworks show called Wishes on the Polynesian beach. Anyone can view them there. Good fun fact. But yeah, this is going to be more so like a tropical retreat. It's a really nice resort. Here's what a studio looks like. Huge. Space is not lacking, that's for sure. Animal Kingdom Lodge. Very special resort. So obviously this resort is going to be closest to Animal Kingdom. It is themed after an African wildlife preserve. Opened up in 2006 to Disney Vacation Club, 2001 to everyone else. Only bus transportation and 43 acres of a savanna with animals in it. Animals go in and out throughout the day, but it's a great view. There's rooms that have a view of the savanna. There's rooms that do not, but there's places that you can go to see them and to look at them. If you noticed, right down here next to the giraffe head, there's like a walkway where you can go down there and they'll give you like fun facts, and there's a cast member there and stuff. So Animal Kingdom Lodge, again, these rooms are small in square feet wise, and it's really strongly themed. Again, African Wildlife Preserve. It's not, the theme takes over the whole resort. It's not just what it looks like. So keep that in mind. But definitely an experience, and I would suggest anyone to go witness that. Aulani. So now we're going to leave Disney World, and we're going to go talk about the 4 resorts that are not in Disney World. And the first one is going to be Aulani in Hawaii. Beautiful resort. Let's see here. So Aulani, excuse me, the theme in Aulani is obviously like a Pacific Hawaiian theme. They have amenities in their own. They have snorkeling. They have a lot of excursions. Pretty awesome experience. Obviously, it's a getaway. There's no theme park attached to this, but Aulani is definitely a beautiful resort that anyone should visit if they can. And here's what a room in Aulani looks like, and that's a studio. Let's see here. All right, and next up on our list is going to be Hilton Head, South Carolina. So Hilton Head opened up in '96. It's modeled after a hunting and fishing lodge. Studios through 2 bedrooms. Like I said, in South Carolina, a good getaway. I think it's about 4 to 6 hours away from Disney World. I will say I've never personally been here, but I have heard only good things about this resort. I've heard like once you go, you never want to leave. So that's Hilton Head, and here's what the inside of the room looks like. Next up on our list is Vero Beach, which is in Florida, a few hours from Disney World. So Vero Beach is a beachfront theme, obviously. Here's what a room looks like. Studio through 2 bedrooms. I mean, like I said, it's a beachfront theme. It's a few hours from Disney World, and I've also never been to this one, but I'm sure, like any other Disney Vacation Club resort, it's amazing. Grand Californian. So this is the only Disney Vacation Club resort at Disneyland. There's technically only 3 Disney hotels at Disneyland anyway. It is like a craftsman theme studio through 3 bedrooms. It's beautiful, as you see. So that's Grand Californian at Disneyland. Books up super quick. If this is where you want to stay, I would suggest choosing a home resort here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's talk a little bit about choosing a home resort now that we've done an overview of them, and what you need to take into consideration when choosing a home resort, because it is one of the few important decisions you are going to make when buying into DVC. Let's see here. So what's the relevance? The resort you choose as your home resort is going to dictate your initial buying cost, your annual dues, your contract end date. All super important aspects of purchasing and owning membership. There are people, including myself, that will purchase off of these 3 aspects and nothing else. So the purchase price, the dues, the contract end date. And the reason why is some people, when they purchase into Disney Vacation Club, they want to find the best deal. All points are created equally after 7 months. So, just wanting to pay the best price and get the most value for your dollar is important to some people, and it's not to others, and not one is better than the other. But it just depends what approach you want to take. So buying the best deal is approach number 1, and you're taking the home resort and analyzing how much the initial buying cost, how much per average does it cost per point to buy at that resort, annual dues, what do their annual dues look like per point, and the contract end date. Every contract ends at a different date. Old Key West 2057, and etc. So that's definitely what you want to look at. Home resort also dictates a few other things. Mainly, with your home resort, you're going to have an 11-month booking window versus a 7-month booking window at any other resort. So if you have a favorite resort or accommodation and you know that it fills up quickly, like the Grand Floridian or Bay Lake, you want to buy there, because the 11-month booking window is going to be important to ensure that you get the resort you want. Like I said, this is also true for certain accommodation types, like the Treehouse Villas, the Grand Villas, and stuff like that. So buying DVC to the resort that you prefer is called buy where you want to stay approach. I do want to mention that the examples above are not always unavailable. You can stay at Bay Lake and not buy at Bay Lake. You just have to grab it on time. Like I said, at 7 months, all points are created equally. So really quick, here is a run through of things to consider when choosing a home resort: size and popularity, contract end year, initial buy-in cost or cost per point, annual dues, how much it costs per point for annual dues. Is it $5.48 or is it $7? Number of points required for accommodations that you would like, so that's going to differ between, from each resort. Room sizes, again, like you saw, some rooms, maybe you're okay with a studio, but you have, a small child or 2 small children and you don't want to be so cramped, so maybe buying at Bay Lake is not for you. Location and what park it's near, that's also important. Animal Kingdom is far from everything except Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom Lodge is far from everything. So, that's something that you want to take into consideration if you want to be able to view Wishes, or you want to be close to Magic Kingdom or Epcot. It's going to depend. And also the theme and decor. Obviously, as you saw, some, there are resorts that are like the theme is a little bit stronger than others. Some are more subtle. So you want to take that into consideration when choosing your home resort. I think a good place to start is this slideshow, of course, but also going to the timeshare store, their website, and looking at what the prices per point on average looks like for each home resort, and basing it off that, and outweighing, how much you value a specific resort or accommodation and how much value you want to put on your dollar. It's really up to you. So next, we are going to talk about how many points is right for you. So let's talk about that a little bit. How many points do I need? This is going to be unique to every owner slash purchaser. And the only way to really decide is to get a feel for how many points are needed for the accommodations that you want. So if let's say you need a 1-bedroom, because you have, for whatever reason, you have 2 children, one's a teenager, you just don't want to deal with them in such a tight space like a studio. So now you're going to go and you're going to look at what the points look like for 1-bedrooms, and let's base this off a week because it's going to be easier. So this is Disney's Boardwalk Villas vacation points per night, brought to you by David's Vacation Club Rentals. As you see in the top right, this is off their site, so if you want to see any other resorts, just head on over and you can. So let's look at the dream season. As you see, it's broken up by season, so Adventure, Choice, Dream, Magic, Premier. Depending which, you have to take a look at what dates you're going to traditionally travel in. And you see here that for a 1-bedroom vacation home at Boardwalk Villas, the standard, which is what S stands for, if you see S right here, on the top dark gray bar, there's S and BP, which is standard and a view of the boardwalk. Let's say standard, the dream is going to be 28 points a night. So let's say you're going to stay for a week per se. So what you want to do is, there are some points charts that will have already what a week is going to be as far as points cost. But let's estimate for now that a week at the Boardwalk Villas in a 1-bedroom is going to be 172 points. That probably means that you have to buy a contract for 150 points and another one for 25 points, or you could buy a 200-point contract. So that's kind of the way that you could figure out how many points you need. So I hope that this video has been informative for you. I hope that it has answered most of the questions you've had on the resorts, how to choose your home resort, and how many points to purchase. If you have any questions, reach out on my contact page, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to get you an answer as soon as possible. Thanks so much, and thanks for visiting. I really hope you have a phenomenal day. Thanks.